Hello, welcome to PHC's online rhetoric class. I am your instructor, Dr. Lynn McCool, and I'm excited that you have decided to be part of our class this semester. In this brief video, I will introduce you to our course websites, discuss the syllabus and course policies, and show you how to log into our learning management systems. Let's get started. We're using two learning management systems this semester. The majority of your course material and assignment links are housed on the Canvas learning management system, what I'll refer to from now on out as Canvas LMS. You will find that Canvas is simple and easy to use. And since you're watching this video, you've already received an email from me, and you should be able to find this link inside the email. Click on that link and access Canvas for the first time. You will be prompted to set up your username and your password. For consistency and ease of use, I suggest that you use the same username and password that you use for your PHC webmail. Also, please make sure that you list your phc.edu email address as your email in Canvas. Thanks. Your enrollment in Canvas should look like this once you have clicked on the link. It should take you to this screen page where you can then click on this Enroll in the Course and begin putting in your information. Once you're inside Canvas, you will arrive at the course home page, which is made up of a course home module, weekly modules for the entire semester. Also, please feel free to customize your Canvas account by including a picture of yourself and providing other information so that I can get to know you a little bit better. Once you're inside Canvas, click on this drop-down course module here that says Course Home. Inside of Course Home, you'll find some very important links that you'll be using throughout the semester. For example, this is the assignment schedule link, which I will click on and go to here in a little bit. This is your Launchpad sign-on. Remember, I told you that we're using two different LMSs in this course, and the second one is Launchpad, and I'll explain why in just a moment. And underneath this Launchpad sign-on, there are a couple of other links, three other links here. In case you were to have trouble with your login to Launchpad, there's a customer service page here that you can click on and access a phone number and ways to get help. This is also a student resource link that just generally gives you tutorial help about Launchpad. And then this final link is a link for registering for the course if you are not able, for some reason, to purchase the access code at the bookstore. Primarily this applies for people who are not living on campus but maybe living away from campus and are not able to get that code from the bookstore. So there is a way to purchase online, and that link is right there. And then the final link in the course home is the Adobe Connect link. We actually do meet synchronously 4 times in the semester. I call these times chat sessions. These are times for us to get together as a class and for me to both conference with each one of you as well as answer questions about upcoming assignments and course material. So please plan that into your calendar, the fact that we will actually meet together 4 times throughout the semester as a class. Okay, so some of you might be wondering, why do we have 2 LMSs? Of course, we have the Canvas learning system, which I think you're going to find is very easy to use. But we are also using an LMS called Launchpad Solo for public speaking, and this is produced by Macmillan. Now, why 2 LMSs for rhetoric class? Well, unfortunately, there is not one LMS that can do everything that we need. Canvas does a great job of housing our course materials and calculating grades, but it has limited memory and it cannot house your speech video uploads. Therefore, we are using Launchpad Solo for public speaking, which has the capacity to hold your video uploads, as well as the capability to allow you to watch and comment on each other's speeches as if we were actually together in class. So before clicking on the Launchpad sign-on link here, make sure that you have purchased your Macmillan Launchpad Solo for public speaking access code from the PHC bookstore, or as I've mentioned before, if you're not able to purchase it from the bookstore, you may click on this link and it will walk you through what to do. Once you've registered on the LMS, Canvas and Launchpad LMSs, then we can turn our attention to some of the other features here in Canvas. Before we look at the week 1 module, let's just explore for a minute some of the links here in this left navigation as well as this left course navigation over on the side here. So, of course, your course homepage takes you right to the weekly modules, which is very convenient for you. But there is also a syllabus page, and I'm going to click on that so that you can see what that looks like. And in the syllabus page, this is also another handy page because there is a copy of the course syllabus which you can actually download. And I will do a command click and click on this little arrow here, which will actually open it up in a new tab for me. And then also the assignment schedule, which I have put in here as a Google Doc. And that's so that I can update it in real time if needed. And so if you do the same thing, command click on a Mac or control click on a PC, you can open it up in a new tab and it'll take you right to the assignment course schedule. But actually you don't need this little course schedule here as much as you do your modules and the syllabus page. The syllabus page is really nice because it tiles the different assignments that are due and it shows you the date in which they are due and even the time in which they're due. And the other thing that you can also use is this little calendar feature, which you can see over here in this left navigation. If you click on this calendar feature, it will actually bring up a calendar feed, and you can look at it by week or by month or even by agenda. So there are a lot of different ways that you can access the information about what is due on Canvas, but of course, for our purposes, we will be using that modules tab as our home page, and so that's where it will always take you first. But I just wanted to show you that these other things are out there. Now, obviously, when you're ready to start looking at grades to see how you've done on assignments, you can click on the grades tab and it will show you all the different assignments, how many points are possible, and then the score that you earned on that. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. Okay, here we are back on the modules homepage, and so we want to click into the week 1 folder here, and that'll bring down a drop down of all the different activities and readings and video lecture links that you will need. But the first place that you always want to start is the orientation or the week 1 page or week 2 page, whatever it happens to be, whatever module. So let's go ahead and click on week 1 orientation, click here and read. Once you're inside that weekly page, you'll want to read the directions, and the directions will give you a clue as to how to navigate through the material for that particular module. So in the last few minutes that remain, I want to talk to you about the syllabus here. And as you can see, here's my name and my email address. I make my phone number available to you so that if you do need me, you can call me. And I would ask that if you do call, please always leave a message and identify yourself so that I can return your call. If students just call and hang up and don't leave a message, I don't know whether your phone number is legitimate or if you're just some sort of robot spam dialer. So please always leave a message if you are wanting to talk to me. As you know, rhetoric is part of the core concentration here at Patrick Henry College, and therefore it's considered to be a very important and elemental course. And there are some assumptions about this particular course. The primary assumption is that this course is based on the idea that thinking is fundamental to speech, and the art of speech making is examined by first introducing the student to the role of rhetoric in the liberal arts tradition. Rhetoric, long considered the cornerstone of liberal arts, is the art of persuasive speaking. So the study of rhetoric provides a foundation in speech composition upon which this course builds. And this course builds on that foundation by studying in a very systematic and highly integrated fashion tools for practical reasoning. Again, those tools are approached in a manner that equips students to be at home in the realm of ideas, that is, to analyze, critique, refute, and persuade about ideas. In addition to the foundational principles of this course, there are certain practical assumptions as well. First, this is an online course, which means that you must have the technological capability to complete the work online. Specifically, that means you have to have a reliable computer, internet access that is not dial-up, and the ability to video yourself using a smartphone, a flip video camera, or some other type of digital audio-video recording device that has the capability to save as a digital MP4 file. The course learning objectives are closely tied to your institutional and core objectives, and you can take a look at those in the course catalog if you wish. We have some required texts and materials. For example, you have 2 books to purchase, How to Argue Like Jesus and also The Essential Guide to Public Speaking, and we do read through those 2 books. You also have some handouts that are housed on the Canvas LMS, and these are essays by prominent rhetoricians. So The Cultural Role of Rhetoric by Richard Weaver, The Rhetorical Situation by Lloyd Bitzer, The Phaedrus by Plato, and then The Phaedrus and the Nature of Rhetoric by Richard Weaver. And there are also several internet sources that I ask you to access. AmericanRhetoric.com is a database of famous speeches. We do read portions of the Institutes of Oratory by Quintilian, he was a Roman rhetorician in the classical period, and then also the key essay, if you will, for this course, which is Rhetoric by Aristotle. So we read portions of that as well. There's also a site called 6 Minutes to Speaking and Presentation Skills, and you'll notice that starting with week 2, every week I have some sort of speaking and presentation skill tip, and I expect you to read and apply those tips to your own speaking and writing abilities here in this course. There's a link to another site called The Forest of Rhetoric, also known as Sylvae Rhetorica, and this is just a really great site if you want to get a better idea about definition of terms or just understand rhetoric more fully. That's a great site to go to. And then there's this link to an essay that we read by Dorothy Sayers, The Lost Tools of Learning. And then of course there may be additional readings that are housed on Canvas, and so you can access them from there. So again, this course content is dispensed through 2 learning management systems, Canvas and Launchpad Solo. And as a student in this course, you complete asynchronous online lessons. You participate in synchronous chat sessions. I mentioned that earlier, that we have about 4 times out of the semester where we actually get together and meet real time. We use Adobe Connect to do that, and the Adobe Connect link is in that course home module page on Canvas. We also have 3 exams in this course. You have the PCAT, which is ungraded, so that's that pre-knowledge assessment test, and that's the first thing that you should do after having listened to this video, is to just go and take the PCAT. You have a midterm, which is graded, and then your final, which is also graded. Students are required to work with a speech partner for video and speeches, and I have a very specific rationale for that, and that is a speech maker needs an audience. So speeches should not be given to computers. Speeches should be given to real life people. And so you need to find a partner and work with that partner, video each other's speeches, listen to each other's speeches, and so forth. You are also required to find an audience of at least 5 people for your 2 major speeches. So you have 2 small speeches and then 2 big speeches. The 2 small speeches, you can just give your speech to that person that's videoing you, but the 2 larger speeches, the research speeches, those actually need an audience of 5 people. We'll talk about that later. Course requirements, attendance and participation. So this is a distance learning course, and it's designed in a stair-step fashion so that its highly integrated units of instruction build upon each other. As a result, this is the sort of class that requires consistent, sustained effort. While it may be the case that some online courses can be completed by jumping through hoops within a short period of time, just before the end of the term, this is not such a course. So please be diligent to attend all mandatory chat sessions, post to your discussion boards, and meet all the deadlines laid out in the syllabus and on the Canvas LMS. And again, we follow a Monday, Wednesday, Friday format. You can see that here when things are due, and it's always consistently the same thing, same type of activity is due at the same time, same day of the week every time. You have 4 speeches, 2 short impromptu like speeches called media share speeches, and then 2 longer research speeches on the same topic. So you choose one topic and you produce 2 speeches from that topic. You have a rhetorical criticism paper, discussion boards, and then of course we're using Launchpad Solo to upload your speech videos. I'm not going to go over the academic integrity piece of that. I think you're fairly familiar with that, but of course plagiarism is punishable by losing all points for an assignment. I do want to focus in on timeliness of submitted work and this idea of attendance policy. And because I'm going to spend some time on that, I want you to navigate to the second part of the syllabus information video.